Thanks for joining Build Propulsion Lab. We have continued our sessions on Friday. This is the last day of Devoxx France. And again, it's me. I took the head of Baruch, and I will be doing a few interviews. So get ready. And today we have our guest, Zuill. He's an expert in model programming. He did a talk. Could you please let us, what was the talk about?
Sure. Well, I did two sessions. My main session, or my first session, was on mob programming, which I'm typically now calling software teaming. The idea of mob programming is really simple. Almost all of the work we do in the modern environment requires that we collaborate with other people. So if we need to collaborate, let's find some of the best ways to collaborate and attempt to become better at collaboration. So the efforts of one team where we were working now over 10 years ago, where we were trying to improve our abilities at collaborating, we found that if we all sat together at one computer, 5 or 6 people, talking about what we're doing and getting into the computer was very effective. So once we started doing that, within a few weeks, it was our full-time way of working. Now, we never thought it would be interesting to anyone else, but as people found out about it, they started inviting us to speak about it, and we had to figure out how to talk about it. So mob programming is something people are interested in, we share it.
Yeah, definitely. In my case, I actually spent quite a lot of time in support, helping users, helping build raw files. So I was present in multiple war rooms, so during cottages, etc. And there, mob programming was actually quite common.
Yes.
And well, often unfortunate, often some time pressure, etc. to get it resolved. But yeah, a bunch of people staring at the same screen, it's definitely something. Yeah, it was a nice experience. And what I see now at conferences, etc., there is actually quite a lot of people trying to do mob programming as a part of the presentation style. So is it what you normally see, or would you prefer something on the team sides? Would you prefer teams to actually do programming more often?
Well, when we first started working this way, there was 6 of us on the team, and the very first time we did this was by accident. We had somebody was having some code they wanted everyone to look at, so we all came together to look at it, but instead of just looking at it, we started working on it. Yep. So we adopted this as our way of working because that very first day we found 4 valuable things. The first one was we got a lot done. The second one was we learned a lot, but also it was really high quality and we were enjoying ourselves. A lot of times when you're working alone, it can become difficult because we can't answer our own questions. And in this case, with 5 or 6 people sitting there, we had no unanswered questions. So we can quickly go from start to finish on the work we were doing. So this is being done in companies where we first started, but in many places now. The team within a company, we're working this way full time.
Definitely, that's nice. And how do you find modern tools? Do they help mob programming, or do they actually create obstacles?
No, so it's an interesting thing that when I first started programming, things were very straightforward. But as we found better tools to use, that would increase our capabilities. So mob programming just adds to how well can we use the modern tools, the modern things that we can use to make our work easier. I watch a lot of folks, I visit many companies, and I'm always surprised to find the new ways that they're finding to increase our capability or our abilities.
Yeah, definitely. What I found different recently is that now mob programming doesn't actually require single display. Because with modern IDEs, you can do cloud native development environment that allows parallel coding on the same screen. Even common IDEs like IDEA support that. The same for documentation. There are tools like HackMD, etc., that allow you to write documentation together.
Yes.
It's a really nice experience. I totally recommend to the teams who do not like writing docs.
Yes.
And the same for meeting notes, etc. So do you use that in your day-to-day work?
Now, I'm no longer programming daily. I probably, last time I did production code was 4 or 5 years ago. But what I found is that the work that we do, such as documentation or requirements gathering or our DevOps work, it's really good to do as a team because we can go more directly from start to finish on anything we do. And the knowledge spreads around the team. We still hold our own specialties, But let's say we're doing documentation, we want all the brains there at one time. It's like if you're 180 IQ and I'm 180 IQ, combine that together, well, what is our IQ? I want the whole team worth of IQ sitting in front of that screen all at the same time.
Definitely. One of experiments I did maybe half a year ago is collaborative changelog editing, because we had a team that didn't really like writing changelogs, etc.
Yes,
And for me as
yes.
advocate, it was important. So basically what I did, I used HackMD, I got the team, and instead of common release presentation and demo, what we tried to do, apart from these demos, etc., we had a demo going on, and we had the team collaborating while demo was going on to write a changelog, which would be end-user focused, highlighting things, upgrade guidelines, etc., which was discussed during the live demo. So basically, we combined firstly common streaming tools, like today we do stream just from Devoxx France. And we also combined document editing, and actually it was a massive success in terms of the quality of the documentation.
I like that. That is a great idea.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a really nice approach. And if you would like to recommend something to the teams who just start such collaboration initiatives, etc., what would be the best way to start? Just pair programming or doing more programming right away?
That's a really good observation. What I found, it's actually easier to start with more than 2 people. It's easier when there's 4 or 5 people. The thing is, we need to pay attention to learning how to interact with each other. So an important concept is let's practice on easy exercises or easy work first before we take on the more complicated work. I think that's a good way to start.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe another question. So in our company, we work a lot on developer productivity engineering, and DPE is basically like a SRE, all about metrics. So do you have some statistics and metrics that actually estimates developer productivity when they switch to more programming approaches?
I don't have any statistics.
Yeah.
There are universities that are studying this.
Okay.
There were universities that studied pair programming. We extrapolated from their figures that this can be an effective way to work. But I think that it's still too early to say, what are the numbers? I do suggest you experiment with it. You might find it's an effective way to work.
Yeah. My gut feeling is the same. It's definitely an effective way, especially for activities that are supposed to be collaborative.
Yes.
That are supposed to be using meeting room, etc. Now with all the tools, we can do it in distributed way.
That's
so
right.
It's much more
That's
fancy. And I'm sure it improves developer productivity. Yes. And I would be curious to actually know more about having more data, more statistics. So if anyone has it, we would appreciate if you could share that.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
I have talked to at least 5 or 6 researchers who are doing different types of research on teamwork, but there is a lot of research in teamwork outside of software development.
Definitely.
So that there's plenty of research on how important teamwork is in other kinds of work. So I think that can be extrapolated still and say this fits with software development as well.
Definitely. And not just software development, but all other collaboration.
Yeah, everything that we have within the modern workplace.
Yeah, definitely. So thanks a lot for introduction.
Thank you,
thanks a lot for promoting this topic, because I also find it really interesting. And actually, I find any culture, technology, and productivity talk really relevant to such conferences. So thanks a lot for spreading the word on this topic.
It's my joy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And if you wish to know more about more programming, check out the video notes, etc. We will add a few links later. Thanks again.
Thank you.
And see you on Devoxx.
Yes.
Yeah. Bye.